actually saying what folks are thinking. Listen to the Small Dose Podcast with me, Amanda Seals, to get your quick truths for everyday use everywhere you get podcasts, or by visiting urban1podcasts.com.
I just want to be able to hear the call.
WTOC W236CR Indianapolis. Get ready for a whole new level of inspiration, Indianapolis. Tune in to Praise AM 1310, 95.1, Indy's Inspiration Station, and let your spirit soar. Unity in the community. Get on up and say that what we need for unity in the community. Get on up, yeah, and stand as one.
All right, everybody, welcome to Unity in the Community. It's a beautiful Saturday here in the capital city, Indianapolis, Indiana. Although we are broadcasting, not just here in Indianapolis, Central Indiana, and across the nation. Download Praise Indy app for a wonderful listening experience. You can also listen in at AM 1310 and 95.1 FM. Again, that's AM 1310, 95.1 FM, Indy's Inspiration Station. The number that you will need to be connected to the show on today is 317-972-3008. Again, that's 317-972-3008. Very important topic on this afternoon, and I want to thank you for helping to make this show successful. Please be sure to reach out and tell family and friends that we are on, and we are talking about community issues. Today's topic is youth voice. When we're talking about youth voices and what do youth want in the 21st century, we talked to about 35 young people just a few days ago during the Clean for Green program, which is a mentoring and youth jobs program here in the city of Indianapolis. And we've been doing it since 2012, but since we had the youth together, I figured we should ask them a few questions about what do youth want. And I asked them the top 5 things that they wanted. You might be surprised what number 1 was. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments. Also listen to Tina Cosby Monday through Friday. That's Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. on the Community Connection, news you can use. Wonderful guests brought in to the studio to talk about things that are going on in and around town. But please be sure to put that on your schedule. That's Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m., Community Connection. And, of course, on Saturdays, I know you're looking forward to listening to and watching this program, Unity in the Community. And you can also go to social media. We are broadcasting on my Facebook page, James William Jackson. Please follow me when you go to my page. I need your help to reach more people with this show. And of course, on Monday through Fridays, I do a prayer ministry at 6:30 and 7:15 a.m. And if you will click the follow button and encourage somebody else to do it, we can increase the number of people that we reach. So please, please do that. So we're broadcasting on my Facebook page, the Fervent Prayer Church Facebook page, and the Praise Indy Facebook page, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So we are out there, y'all. 317-972-3008. Get ready to call in. I certainly want to hear what you have to say about what's going on with our youth. And those of you who have young people, ask them that question if they're in the room with you. And I want to hear what they have to say. Have them call in. You get on the phone, dial the number 317-972-3008, 317-972-3008. And then, of course, the young person will be on the air with me. And let's hear from our youth. What do they want? What is it that is on their minds? Happy Father's Day weekend to all of the fathers. And for all of the mothers who are holding it down by yourself. God bless you too. But particularly and specifically, happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers. My father has gone on to be with the Lord. He died in July of 2020. Certainly I miss him. And remembering him, a great man that he was, and the role that he played in my life. And so those of you who have fathers who are actively involved in your life, you should be giving God praise. Even if they're not, the Bible says, honor your father and your mother in the Lord, for this is the right thing to do. So honor your fathers on this weekend. Cash app them if they have a cash app. Zelle them. If you don't have any financial things to give them, take them out for a cup of coffee, or just give them a call or drop in on them to see how they are doing. And let me go so far as to say, if they are incarcerated, go see them. A lot of people don't go see family members who are in jail. If they're in the hospital, go to the hospital and see them. Wherever they are, find them and honor them and say thank you. God bless you, or I am praying for you. So happy Father's Day weekend to all of you all. Hope that you will, in person or online, go to church this Sunday. I have no problem with people who gather for worship online. The Bible simply says in the epistle to the Hebrews, forsaking not the assembling of yourselves together, as the manner of some is. And so some people just don't go at all. So whether you go online or if you go in person is fine with me, as long as you are in worship somewhere tomorrow. People do have worship on Saturday, so maybe some folks are in worship today. I want to talk about this afternoon a major issue that's happening in the city of Indianapolis and across the nation, but in the city of Indianapolis. And Chief Bailey has indicated that on the weekends, even before curfew, so there was a curfew that was established because there were a lot of things that were happening in the late hours on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sundays. And so the youth have made a few adjustments, some of them, and rather than go downtown and do things that are not right after curfew, some of our young people, now this is not all of them, because according to Chief Bailey, about 400, he estimates, about 400 young people. Now there are thousands and thousands of young people of all ethnicities in Indianapolis. And so 400, about 400 young people downtown, and some of them, perhaps not all of them, because sometimes youth just kind of tag along to do things, but some of them are breaking into police cars. Some of them are antagonizing store owners who are locking their doors. That's a problem. And just causing all kinds of problems downtown Indianapolis. Now, this happens all over the city of Indianapolis, but it's a beautiful place to be, downtown Indianapolis. And the areas that Chief Bailey and IMPD and public safety folks have concern about, where the problems are, is the Canal, Illinois Street, Maryland Street, and the mall. And they, the law enforcement folks kind of are, chasing or whatever they're doing. They go from the Canal to the Illinois Street to Maryland, and the young people are just moving around from place to place. And when you and he said many of them are armed. Many of them are armed. So it's becoming more and more dangerous. So and Chief Bailey is asking for help with. Your help is needed. I'm going to come downtown just to see what he's talking about. Many years ago, I would come down with 10 Point Coalition and others. At that time, Reverend Charles Harrison and his group were coming downtown to help out. And I was invited to come down. I did, and I saw some of this. And it had stopped for a while, and now it's back. So your help is needed. Those of you who are in ministry, those of you who are in outreach, those of you who are in evangelism, this might be a good opportunity for you to help out. And again, not all of these young people are armed. Not all of them are doing bad things, but it is a situation downtown Indianapolis. 317-972-3008. Again, that's 317-972-3008. Want to hear from you as to what do you think the city of Indianapolis can do about this particular problem. Now, youth are not just gathering downtown Indianapolis. Youth are gathering in other areas of the city, but as I understand it, this is one of the largest gatherings of young people in concentrated areas. Again, that's the Canal, Illinois Street, Maryland Street, and the Mall. 317-972-3008, 317-972-3008. Want to hear from you. What can be done or what is being done? Maybe you know of something that is being done that needs to be scaled up. Maybe there is something that's already happening that folks can kind of say, well, I'm going to help out with that. I'm going to lend a helping hand to deal with the problem as it is. So you can call in. Would love to hear from you. We've got Larry on the line. Larry, welcome to the program.
How you doing, Pastor Jackson?
Good, thank you.
It's a beautiful day. I'm killing bugs.
Well, they are out in abundance.
Yeah, well, you got to spray your yard at least 2 times a year to keep them, let them know you don't want them around. But in any case, my new effort is to have a lawsuit against the Urban League and the NAACP for repayment, right, or reparations, because they're the ones that certainly destroyed the black community. All the evidence is out there, and I think people need to start looking at them for reparations because they certainly destroyed the black community, and it's undisputable facts that are being presented right now. Also about Martin Luther King, in fact, I'll be down at St. Mark's Monday with the sign, and I think the St. Mark's Church should have the cages out there. Remember they had
Cages?
the out there?
I don't remember that.
They had the cages out there. I'm talking about Trump was caging children. What's going on the border right now is despicable. Going on here in town, the sex trafficking and everything else. These helpless people are coming across the border being exploited. But the reparations is certainly lies against the NAACP and the Urban League because they destroyed our schools, they destroyed our communities in the South. There was no racial tension in the South until they went down there and started the trouble.
So Larry, let me ask you, how do you know these things?
They just all you have to do is go on YouTube and listen to Benson Allison and see that Martin Luther King was nothing but a communist. He was a communist. The communists used him to destroy America. That's what they're doing. And he did not get assassinated for political reasons. He was assassinated for messing with some man's wife. So, the tapes are out there, Pastor Jackson, and people don't believe me, but if you can take it, just go and listen to one of Benson Allison's speeches and all the other stuff that's confirming that he was not a Christian. He was a communist.
Well, Larry, so we're talking about youth and what we can do downtown to
Here's what we can do, Pastor Jackson. We can stop coming on the radio every 5 minutes talking about police are killing you because that gives them the impetus to go downtown and actually challenge the police. You don't challenge the police. They're challenging authority that they think they're doing. And after the George Floyd riots, which is on the same level of Martin Luther King, they are down there trying to act like that they're being hurt some kind of a way, or if they stay home and study their books and learn how to read,
All right.
especially by date dispatch.
All right, Larry, we gotta move. We gotta move on, Larry. Thank you for your call and comment. Uh, you- afternoon, and the lot of them, not all of them, some of them them going into business, knocking their doors before curfew. Now,
Is issued by Stride Bank, NA member FDIC. Pursuant to a license from Visa USA Inc., use of the One VIP card is subject to terms and conditions.
Get on your mark, get set, go! Protect your child by doing what you can to get them caught up with their recommended vaccines. And if they haven't had their shots yet, race them to the nearest healthcare provider to get their well child visit. Help protect your child's health and get them on the right track. You have the power to protect. Play it safe, win the race, vaccinate. Get on your mark, get set, go! Protect your child by doing what you can to get them caught up with their recommended vaccines. And if they haven't had their shots yet, race them to the nearest healthcare provider to get their well child visit. Help protect your child's health by getting them on the right track. You have the power to protect. Play it safe, win the race, vaccinate. Brought to you by the Marion County Public Health Department. For more information, call 317-221-2122. That's 317-221-2122. Get your child vaccinated today. Play it safe, win the race, vaccinate.
The new Eskenazi Health Thomas and Arlene Grandy campus is now open at the corner of East 38th Street and North Arlington Avenue. We look forward to welcoming the community to a space that is for more than just healthcare, but a place to celebrate the neighborhood, enjoy public art, and provide access to a wide range of services and resources to support your well-being. Appointments are available by calling 317-880-7666 or learn more at eskenazihealth.edu.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So, no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard to reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
It's an all-day event. I don't have it until it's starting at 10.
All right, welcome back to Unity in the Community. It's a beautiful day here in the city of Indianapolis. Hope that you're getting out there and enjoying it. According to Chief Chris Bailey, there is a problem downtown Indianapolis with some of our young people who are breaking into police cars, antagonizing businesses, taking things from businesses. And as I said, the overwhelming majority of young people in Indianapolis do what they're supposed to, but there are some who don't. Fridays through Sundays, Saturday night, according to Chief Bailey, is the most challenging night. That's tonight, beginning at 8 p.m. The Canal, Illinois Street, over there by Steak and Shake and them, Maryland, and the mall, and other walkable areas. And it's just a kind of cycling through young people going from place to place, because you can get around Indianapolis downtown pretty good, and it doesn't take long to walk from the Canal to Illinois, Maryland Street, and you could spend a couple of 2-3 hours downtown. And again, a lot of young people are just enjoying themselves like everybody else does, but there are some young people who are not doing what they're supposed to do. What do you think? Those of you who are listening, families, parents, fathers, leaders, pastors, clergy, would love to hear from you this afternoon. What can Chief Bailey, what can the city of Indianapolis, not just the police department, but all of us, we are in this together. 317-972-3008, 317-972-3008. This problem is not new. It has been dealt with successfully before in the past. Greg, welcome to the program. Yeah. Hey.
I want to tell you, first of all, you probably don't remember, but you were down at the library where I retired from Central Library years ago. We had a meeting down there, and I was suffering from debilitating Crohn's disease. And you came and laid hands on me, and I came into the meeting, and you all prayed for me. And several years later, I'm in remission with no medication.
Wow.
Getting ready to relocate to Columbia, Missouri, to take another job near my mom's hometown. That wasn't the reason I called. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate what you meant to the community.
Thanks for sharing that.
I used to work at Grassy Creek with Laquilla.
Yeah, Laquilla. Yeah. She's a member of the church.
So we go way back.
Laquilla Riley.
I'm calling for AJ when we put it on the air. I heard several things that happened this weekend in reference to Juneteenth. I heard I was able to join the Black Chamber of Commerce with my business during the annual lunch with the legislators. And I heard they've got something going on today, but I just heard snippets and bits and pieces. I was trying to see if somebody could call in and let me know what's going on today with Black Chamber of Commerce, Indianapolis Black Chamber of Commerce.
All right, Indianapolis Black Chamber. We'll see if we can locate that. And anybody who might be listening, if you have that information, please give us a call at 317-972-3008, 317-972-3008. Greg, thank you so much for calling and reminding me of that. And all the best to you and what you're going to be doing in the new city.
Appreciate you, Doc. You're a blessing to the community.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm humbled to hear that. I appreciate it. It's always wonderful. And I've been in pastoral leadership for 29 years. I'm in my 30th season now, and grew up in the church and served in the church. Been in community work since about going back to 2001, somewhere around through there. Maybe a little bit longer than that. But it's always wonderful when someone calls and says thank you or reminds you of something that you were a part of. And Greg, I tell you, that means the world on Father's Day weekend for you to call and to share those things and to know and to hear, moreover, all that you are in remission. Our prayers for you and the folks who prayed for you that day and the answer that we got to prayer. Why should you get well soon? You can get well right now. All right, y'all. Moving ahead with Mayhem, longtime supporter of the Unity in the Community show. Hey, Mayhem, good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going, my brother?
Good.
Hey, I think we do ourselves a justice and service when we don't put solutions to a hand. We see the problem before us. Why aren't we taking care of it? Everything should be judged by case basis. You say you got young people breaking in police cars, young people going in people's stores and stealing. It seems like the black community now, we just want to philosophize our problems and don't never get to the solution. We need to handle this. These mothers that got lift up and raised over the man, go get your children. Because if you don't, the taxpayers are tired of paying all these taxes. If we can't go to our local downtown, we have to go outside the bowl to enjoy our safety and pleasure. Downtown is a real nice place, but look, it's not safe. You got young kids breaking in police cars and young kids with guns. If we want to go down there and babysit, no. Start locking them up. Or we might just have another solution for them. So y'all better hurry up, because people are not pleased with this city paying all these taxes and we're not safe. You can't go in your stores with young people coming in, stealing stuff, running out and not being charged. Now they're breaking in police cars. Come on, brother. Let's get to the solution, or somebody else get to the solution. Hey, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, Mayhem, thank you for your call and comment. Mayhem says lock them up. That may end up happening. Chief Bailey has indicated that is certainly something that he does not want to do. He is pleading with the community for help. But at some point, to Mayhem's point, the police are going to be required to do their jobs. And when you have young people of any age who have guns and doing some of the things that he said they're doing, and incidentally, my friend Richard Height, who was chief of police several years ago here in Indianapolis, and he had shared with me that there was just some things they were seeing emerging. This was many, many years ago, that were emerging among our youth. And the public safety folks were really concerned about the trajectory of the behavior of the youth in our community. And now, what he had shared with many of us has come to fruition. Now, there are a lot of youth programs in Indianapolis. Thank God for that. And whoever you are doing a youth program, kudos to you. We need it. But what I was sharing with the young people in our youth jobs program, mentoring program this past Thursday and Friday, was in every organization, in every community, you always have at least one or two, if not dozens, or in this case, hundreds, that don't do what they're supposed to do. The majority of people in Indianapolis do what they're supposed to do. There's nearly 1 million people live in this city. Probably more than that. Everybody don't participate in the census. And most of the people stop at stop signs, stop lights, yield to yield in traffic, pay their taxes, put their trash out, all these different things that people should do. But you always have you have people who just won't do what they're supposed to do, unfortunately. So we've got some young people. Mayhem says lock them up. What do you say? 317-972-3008. 317-972-3008. That's his solution, among some other things. And he said, as I understand it, we can't play with this. All right. Going to Brother Emotep. Welcome to the program. And I want you all to hang on with us. We're going to take a break after Brother Emotep. And then we're going to come back and talk about 5 things. Actually, there's more than 5 things that youth say they want, based on 34 youth that I talked to this past weekend. All right, Emotep, welcome to the program. Good, thank you. You're welcome.
Drugs ramped up by Bush, ramped up by Clinton, ramped up, and then we've exploded the prison population, jail population, yet the culture and the character of the people has not gotten better. Locking up doesn't work.
Thank you.
Mothers who may be fathers.
Likewise.
It starts with fathers. It starts with men. I watch my African brethren on the soccer field all the time. I don't hear disconnect in their communities. Why? The men keep things in order. The Arabic community, the men keep things in order. The Asian community, the men keep things in order. And the Jewish community, the men keep things in order. The thing for this Father's Day is men to take back over. I told a number of young children yesterday, don't do this, stop it. They listen and they comply. And they listen. So, men, you have that power. Men, you have that responsibility. That's what's going to help weather this. Not locking up. As opposed to, he said that was nothing but a ticket anyway and an ordinance violation. It's not a law. It's an ordinance violation. Guns under 18, yes, that should be dealt with. But 18 and older in this state, they can open carry. That's the problem. You just had a Supreme Court ruling that outlawed bump stocks. That's a problem. I'm sure now the Glock switches are going to be challenged because they operate the same way. And since you have a president that says you can't outlaw bump stocks, I bet you that the Glock switches are going to be next on the list. So this is the culture. This is American culture. People go on and go to other countries around the world on social media. One thing about everybody dogs on social media, but one thing you can learn is other cultures. You can see other lands and other cultures right there in real time. And they'll tell you, they all shake their head, how in the heck we deal with this? Because the rest of the world, unless it's a war-torn area, they don't deal with this. It's the culture. And so how do we change the culture and the mindset? That has to start. Look at the Caitlin Clark effect. You've got the nastiest things being said back and forth between each other, and the people around the world are like, what the heck of a basketball player? It's the culture. And so that's the problem here. The foundation is set. And so how do you do that? How do you break that? How do you rebuild it? How do you get a new paradigm? Well, we have to start with the young. We got to start with the young. Because Kanye West, people may not like Kanye, and Buddha says the clock that stops is right twice a day. Kanye West said, you don't get any fresh ideas from older people. We're too set in our ways somewhere. I'm like Pastor Bell. I go with the time, especially when you deal with young people, you got to learn and pick up. But most of the deal, he's right. You don't get fresh new ideas, fresh problem-solving solutions from older people. You get that from young people. So that's what we need. I command my young people. We need problem solvers. We have problems we need solving out here. We need more problem solvers. We don't need more people who just out for the money. We need problem solvers. And that's what it's going to take. Other than that, American culture going back to John Wayne and the Colt 45. And so that's what has to change. Other than that, men, get back to policing homes, the neighborhoods, communities, everywhere you go. You'd be surprised how many young people, all right, how you doing, OG? Hold the door for me. How you doing, OG? How you doing, OG? Make the connection before the correction. Connect, then you can correct. Thank you, Pastor.
You're welcome. I like that. Correction, connection before correction. Connection before correction. That's good. And culture versus crime. It's one thing to deal with a crime. It's another thing to deal with culture. And some of the things that are happening in Black culture concern me greatly. Of course, American culture has changed, and Black culture has changed dramatically. And what Imhotep has said is profound. And the men taking back over, the profundity of it is this. When we can start looking at the problem and addressing it for what it is, then we can begin to see the changes. And starting from infancy, if you want to change the culture, you have to start in utero, not just when the baby's born, but that environment around baby when it's in the womb is important. What is that baby experiencing before it's even born? 317-972-3008. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got Brandon. Brandon, you're next. Hold on. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey family, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
And we welcome you to join us here at the Get Up Church every weekday morning.
We'll help you get your day started off with all the inspiration and motivation you need to help you have the best day ever.
I'll share a faith walk with you every morning to get up news, and you know we got the music that you love.
You know how we do it, the faith and the funny.
Absolutely, we'll keep on faith walking,
love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
On Praise AM 1310 and 95.1 FM, Indy's Inspiration Station.
The 38th Annual Indiana Black and Minority Health Fair will take place June 27th through 30th at the Indiana Convention Center. Join our culture of health and visit over 90 exhibits offering free health screenings, resources, and more with no registration required. Special thanks to our partners Community Health Network, Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly, Eskenazi Health, and the Marion County Public Health Department. For times, a list of screenings, and all sponsors and exhibitors, please visit inbmhf.com. That's inbmhf.com.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Get on your mark. Get set. Go. Protect your child by doing what you can to get them caught up with their recommended vaccines. And if they haven't had their shots yet, race them to the nearest healthcare provider to get their well child visit. Help protect your child's health and get them on the right track. You have the power to protect. Play it safe. Win the race. Vaccinate. Get on your mark. Get set. Go. Protect your child by doing what you can to get them caught up with their recommended vaccines. And if they haven't had their shots yet, race them to the nearest healthcare provider to get their well child visit. Help protect your child's health by getting them on the right track. You have the power to protect. Play it safe. Win the race. Vaccinate. Brought to you by the Marion County Public Health Department. For more information, call 317-221-2122. That's 317-221-2122. Get your child vaccinated today. Play it safe. Win the race. Vaccinate.
All right, welcome back to Unity in the Community, AM 1310, 95.1 FM, also on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, formerly known as Twitter, headed up to the 1 o'clock hour. Brandon, you get a gold star for patience. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Mayhem made a statement about stealing. I didn't hear that from you from the beginning about stealing. You said they were closing the door. And you did say that the chief said they're breaking in police cars. No one got arrested for that. Something once, and I know you were young once.
Mhm.
You ain't been a saint all your life, sir. Now, my name, I'm going to say this and I'm getting ready to get off. My name is not Brandon.
I know.
My name is Frank. And the reason,
Yes, what's your name?
I said Brandon,
What's your name?
because I know what you would do to me. Because you ain't never like for me to call in on you because I tell you the facts about it, Brandon.
I would let you on. I always do. I recognize your voice inflection. So whenever you call in and give me a name, I always know who you are. In fact, there are several people. You can say you're Winnie the Pooh, Fred Flintstone, Rumpelstiltskin. I know exactly who you are. So yeah, I would have let you on. And I did say that the young people were taking things. I didn't use the word stealing, but it's the same thing. And that's the reason why a lot of these businesses are locking their doors. And I don't know, Frank, if any of them got arrested. I didn't ask that question of Chief Bailey. And I don't know, to your point, how many of the 400 are black youth. But I do plan to check that out downtown Indianapolis to see for myself. In anthropology, they have ethnographers who go out and study the ethos of a community or whatever it is they want to learn more about. And Chief Bailey sent out the information for those who might want to check it out or help out on Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights, starting at around about 8 p.m. About 400 young people. I don't know the demographics. White, black, brown, yellow, I don't know. But I will know more by this time next Saturday. So Frank, thank you for calling in. Appreciate you, much love. You never have to give a fake name calling in to Unity in the community. I'm self-actualized. I can handle it, whatever you have to say. 317-972-3008. 317-972-3008 is the number to call. What do youth want? There are a few things that the young people said they wanted. We have about 35 young people in our program. We've been working this program since 2012. And recently, about 3 years ago, we had First Financial Bank came in because a lot of these, all the young people since 2012, we would give them cash for the work that they were doing. And now every young person who signs up for our program, which is a very effective program, Project Indy, which is Indianapolis's youth jobs program, is modeled after Clean for Green, which is a community program birthed out of the community on the far east side of Indianapolis. And we pay these young people $45 a day now, and it goes into their bank accounts. And since we started this with First Financial, we have over 122 bank accounts. So we're not just doing financial literacy. We're not just doing financial literacy. These young people have bank accounts. Their parents come in and have to sign off on it. Young people as young as 13, 14, 15 have bank accounts. And that's where their money is going. So when people like Frank or anybody else calls in and says what they want to say, James Jackson is part of the solution. And you're right, I haven't been saved and done right all my life. And need some prayer right now, in fact. But I am out here doing what I can. I'm the bus driver this year. And I do that intentionally because I want the youth to be around me. I want to be around them so I can listen to them and find out how we can help them. And so we asked these 30, I think it's 34, 35 young people, what are the top 5 things you want? Number 1, money. 17 of them said money. That's number 1. Now, when we surveyed 400 young people a few years ago, we've had as many as 500 young people at one time in this program. And a few years ago, we surveyed them, and the majority of them said the same thing. Money was number 1. Number 2 was power and influence. Number 3 was respect. Number 4 was youth jobs. Number 5, good health. Number 6, sleep. 1 young person said sleep. 2 young people said stability. 2 said success. 1 said peace. 1 said happiness. 2 said love, and 1 said good credit. So it started out with money, and it ended with good credit. That was the youth voice on this past Thursday when we asked that question of those young people. And those young people were not from my church, the church I pastored. Some of them were. But they were from 9 different zip codes around Indianapolis. 46250, 46226, 46218, 46235, 236, and so on and so on and so on. So it's a good cross section of the community, black community particularly. Because the 99% of the kids in our program are black youth, boys and girls. And they said number 1 is money. So how do you deal with that? If young people are grossly unemployed of all ethnicities, the numbers are double digit. At one time, there were 30,000 employable youth in Indianapolis. It's probably at least that number now. And all of them are not getting the jobs. Things are different than when I was growing up. I had a paper route. Those are motorized now. Of course, now there's print media. So you don't even have a paper route that a young person can do. The restaurants would hire young people, McDonald's and so on. And now, and I'm talking about black youth now. Black youth are competing with a lot of folks, immigrants that are coming in, and adults who need jobs. So a lot of our young people are without any opportunities for employment. Those jobs at McDonald's, well, back in the day, Burger King, Wendy's, all those jobs, young people, 15 and a half, you had to be 15 and a half to get a work permit. That's who got those jobs. Now adults are working those jobs. And it's very difficult for our young people to find a job. So how are you going to get money if that's number 1? How are you going to get money if you can't get a job? And a job was number 4 when it came to what young people want. So that's a tough problem to deal with. We need more youth programs. If there are not enough jobs to go around for our young people, we have to create them. And we can create jobs for our young people. We can do that. And we can scale up the jobs. For example, the program that we run on the Far East Side called Clean for Green, the Get Well Now Resource Center runs that program. Started at the Fervent Prayer Church, but the Get Well Now Resource Center is now doing that. But there's a waiting list. 50 young people on that waiting list. We're working with about 35. That's enough. That's about the money that we have. There's no shortage of money in Indianapolis. I often wonder if you compile all of the youth jobs programs and youth programs that are going on in Indianapolis this spring and summer, because it's not summer yet, although youth are unemployed year-round, our Clean for Green program is a year-round program. But if there are no jobs or few jobs for our youth, because they're competing, and in many cases, our youth are competing for jobs that require you to be bilingual. The bank at Regions Bank over on Pillen Pike and Sunnyside. When I first started banking with them, they had all English-speaking tellers. Now you go in there and it's French Creole because the Haitian community has just skyrocketed and boomed on the Far East Side of Indianapolis. And you go in there now, the tellers speak English and Spanish and French Creole. So if our young people are out here competing for jobs, not just over there, and you can only speak English, who do you think they're going to hire? This problem is huge, y'all. And all of us have to be involved in solving the problem. 317-972-3008. 317-972-3008. I want to give kudos to the Fervent Care Child Care and Christian Academy. That is another outreach and ministry of the Fervent Prayer Church who just graduated some kindergartners, and they are being taught Spanish. And I told them many years ago that I wanted to see that. I want our kids to be able to speak Spanish, to be bilingual. Have you ever noticed that Hispanic folks, Haitian folks, Korean, Arabic, all these different nationalities, when their children are growing up in the home, they learn their native language, and then they learn English. So by the time they are 21, they are bilingual. So we lost our language as Black people because of slavery. We lost our language. So all we have is English. So the top two currently languages are English and Spanish. And so I think that in schools, and maybe it already is, but in schools and in daycares and in early childhood education programs, that Spanish and French should be required for young people. I know they took out handwriting. They don't allow you to write anymore. But those languages should be mandatory. Maybe that's something we can talk to Representative Bartlett, Senator Jackson, and others about. Representative Cherish Pryor. Maybe we could talk to them about some legislation that requires schools to teach our children Spanish and French. Maybe that's already happening. If it's not, I think it should. Because how are our young people going to compete if the only language that they speak is English? And they're competing with children, with young people, with adults eventually, who speak 2, maybe 3 languages. 317-972-3008. Love to hear your shot on it. John, welcome to the program. Hey, John. Don the Baptist. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, Don, thanks for your call and comment and your longtime support of the this particular show, Unity in the Community. And this show was formatted to deal with when our general manager, Deion Livingston, implemented this program many, many years ago. In fact, I was the first guest on the show. Roger Holloway, Bishop Benjamin, and Pastor Jeffrey Johnson were the hosts. And Bishop Benjamin asked me to come down. Well, no, Roger Holloway at the time. I didn't know Bishop Benjamin like I do now, but Roger Holloway asked me to come down and be a guest. Anyway, number one, the format is to deal with problems from a biblical perspective. So number one, train up a child in the way he should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. So it's training, which starts in the home. That was the American way from the beginning. Number two, and y'all not going to like this one, but you asked for the biblical solution. A wise king stamps out crime by severe punishment. That's in your Bible. Now you go read that and study that. So solution number one, train up a child in the way they should go. Training, home training is what we used to call it. And my mother and father made sure that happened in our home through discipline. As a result, I've never been to jail. I was too afraid to do stuff because I knew it was going to happen if they got involved. And then number two, again, a wise king, which represents the government, which is what Chief Bailey is saying he don't want to do, but he's tasked to do. A wise king stamps out crime by severe punishment. You can take that and do what you want with it, but there's your answer. We've got time for one more call. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Caller, welcome to the program. Turn your radio down for me. Turn your radio down for me, please. Yes. Yeah, you got 30 seconds. Yeah. That's the training part. Yes, sir. We're out of time. Thank you all for joining me on this afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon, beautiful Father's Day weekend up ahead. And I think you're going to really enjoy it. From all of us here at Praise Indy, we like you, we love you, and you make us smile. Have a great Father's Day weekend. We'll see you next time.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for